During spring break, my 3 friends, James, Becky, and Lauren, and I went camping in a forest far away from our city. We got there by car in 3 hours and made our way to a camping site. On our way there, we noticed a man in a white hood dragging a large black bag. Trying to be friendly, I asked the man, "Going camping too?" The man just smiled when he heard me say this and walked away. "That was weird," Lauren said. We didn't think much of it after and proceeded to go on to set up our tents. After we finished setting up, we did regular camper stuff, like hiking and canoeing. The rest of the day went on pretty normal, until night. When it was nighttime, we cooked dinner over a campfire, and talked a bit, and joked around. We eventually got tired, and went into our tents for some shut-eye. The girls in one tent, me and James in the other. A few hours later, I woke up feeling the urge to pee. I got up without waking up James and exited the tent. I went behind a tree and did my business there. After I finished up, I headed back. While I was walking back to my tent, I noticed a man in a white hood near our campsite. After having a closer look at him, I noticed that he was the same man we saw earlier. He was still dragging around the large black bag. I decided to follow him out of curiosity. As I followed him, I noticed that it led me to a secluded part of the forest, and then he went deeper, and I found myself in a valley. I hid behind some bushes, while he met up with other people wearing the same clothing. They talked about some stuff that I couldn't hear. The guy I saw then handed it to a person who seemed like the ringleader as everyone was gathering around him. The leader dragged the bag and brought it to a small platform. He took off the bag, which revealed something that looked like the corpse of a man. The leader then took a blade and stabbed it through the corpse. That's when I realized that the corpse wasn't a corpse. The body let out a scream of pain. I was about to scream too at the sight of this, but I somehow managed to hold it in. I was utterly destroyed by this scene, but that wasn't the worst part. The leader then pulled out a glass bottle and poured it all over man, and he was set on fire. I screamed at the sight of this. The other people in the crowd heard me and found my hiding spot. They grabbed pitchforks and torches and then ran after me. I quickly booked it out of there with my heart beating heavily. I managed to lose track of them and returned to my campsite. I woke everyone up and told them that there was a crazy cult running after me. At first they didn't believe me, but after looking at the fear in my face, they were quickly convinced. Everyone got their stuff and got onto the car. James was about to start the car until we heard a knock on the car window. We turned our heads and saw that it was a man with a white hood and an angry expression on his face. He wasn't the only one there. A whole army of white hoods was behind us. Everyone in the car was screaming in fear. I yelled at James to start the car. "Now, now, now!" James revved up the engine and sped through the forest. The whole mob chased after us, but gave up after a few minutes. We stopped at a nearby town and stayed at a cheap motel there for the night. The next morning, we got breakfast at a local cafe. We told some of the locals about what happened last night. The locals told us that according to legend, a cult wearing white hoods operated in those forests, and that we were lucky to be alive. We were shocked by the news, and decided to never return to those woods. After spending a relatively normal day in that town, we decided to leave. James started the car and began to drive back. When we were driving back, we passed by the campsite. I looked out the window and saw a man wearing a white hood dragging a black bag around.